right, game number 2, Imagine versus Legendary Snails. Legendary Snails up 1-0 against Imagine here on Summit. This is going to be the second round on Summit. Then we'll move to Vale. But now we've got cross spawns at Atrium and sub-access with the Marines actually up in Atrium. I'm not a huge fan of starting in Atrium as any life form, but I think that the Marines have a slight different advantage from Atrium if they play it right.
Ancestral being highly aggressive out of Reactor Core. He's going against a lot of skulks. Eagle Eye comes in early. He hasn't done any damage with the rifle though. Pistol wasn't enough. And King Yo is now going to take on Onzor in a 1v1. Malcolm into her assist. Nice assistance. Ray comes in as well. There's 3 skulks now on this side. They need to clear them up quickly. There's only pistols. They've only got their pistols in play. They need to reload the... Wow, nice one. Okay, I'll leave them be. It's usually recommended to reload your rifle, but
and
if
even
you're going to aim that well,
Eagle Eye getting out of the vent there to go after Ancestral. Ancestral ends up putting that dog down. And, you know, this is a great start for Imagine as Marines. We talked about it. They need to be able to get their extractors up. They need to be able to defend. And so far, they're showing that they've got, you know, the right skills in place to you know, take down these skulks early game. King Yo coming around the corner on Malga. Gets a bite in, but Malga whipping out the pistol. Takes him down. Ray finishes him off with a Parasite. And they clear up in ventilation. That's going to allow them to get their first Harvester up and going.
Yes, some really nice movement from Imagine. They've got 2 players still dead at the moment, but it's highly aggressive, which is usually a very, very good thing. B1's got a big problem on his hands. He's now down. Crevice is now almost undefended. Wob, they're alone. Long range, which is his advantage, but they've still got a little bit of health on a couple of them. He might be able to just clear this and push through, which would be good for the Marines. Yeah,
they've got to be really careful, though, because Dams is going to come down from above. Wolf and Ray are really low, so if they can chip Dams quickly when he comes down, here it comes. Dams jumping down.
Nice.
Wob able to take him out. Both skulks down by Onzor, and they save the extractor. That's a big win.
Eagle Eye upgrading his upgrade there.
Worst
in the middle
place
of the
to
ring.
upgrade ever.
And if King Yo goes down, that's going to be an essential genocide of this team. I mean, they've lost so many skulks right now. Even Rios, the commander, getting out the chair to get some kills because they're just really struggling on kills for the last 30 seconds. And he's taken him 1v2. That's the alien commander. Oh,
wow.
Wob, I would have scolded you there if you'd not taken him.
Yeah, the poor Wob's probably going to go down pretty quickly to Wolf and Dams as they come around the corner here. Parasite going off on to Wob. And these guys are going to stalk him from both sides. He's pretty low. But right now we've also got 2 Marines pushing in and assaulting ventilation.
Wow.
And these skulks really, at this point, trying to delay. But look at that. Malga comes in
Snails
with the help of
struggling.
Wob.
Snails are not getting any kills.
Yeah, this is bad.
You got King Yo alive in the southeast. All the aliens right now will all converge on ventilation. Probably clear it up. You've got Wob and Malga and Onzor just going to be pushing and building and do whatever they want because all the aliens will be in this one position. Unfortunately, B1 and Ancestral don't take any kills there. They struggled a little bit. But at least the rest of the Marine team is just able to push and clear and do whatever they want right now.
Okay, now the skulks are all getting their upgrades as they come to converge here on Onzor. Poor Onzor. I don't think you're going to win this, my friend.
Nice. It's nice to get that little extra skull kill, but...
Yeah, it does take out that one skulk, which makes that pack less fearsome as it moves forward to Reactor Core. B1 getting a great early shot down on King Yo, getting in some great shots on Dams as well from the help of Ancestral. They're going to now move into Data Core, probably start getting the res up there. First Lurk is up against Malga here in Crossroads. That's Ray. Ray taking early damage, around 40% damage there. And we're still in Armor 1.
It's looking good. Imagine I spent a lot of their recent res on a couple of extra extractors. They need to store some of that res, buy up the weapons 1 and the shotgun so they can start countering the lurks a little bit more. Triple lurk play from Snails right now, trying to clear up ventilation, and Ancestral and B1 got completely overwhelmed here right now.
I think this is absolutely the right play from the Snails. Air France definitely needed to come out. They've not been winning their engagements well enough, and that third lurk is just going to make harassing these guys even worse. I think they can also tell that they haven't upgraded their weapons yet. You know, that they're really kind of going for the armor. Someone needs to get a scout out on base as well so it can kind of help them in that situation. Wolf taking a lot of damage in Reactor Core, but these double lurks, now triple in Crossroads, Malga just really cannot respond to that.
It's taking them time to kill the Marines. The Marines, though, they're going for a kind of solo strategy. They were playing alone. Right now, though, they're grouping up a lot more, which is good. Malga was alone in Crossroads, but now Wob and Onzor are in a 2-pack. B1 and Ancestral in a 2-pack. They're going to lose a couple of extractors, but replacing one in Data Core means they're pretty much fine. They're working on Weapons 1. They're going to have spare res once the Weapons 1 is finished, probably for shotguns. Got a couple of options there. And Wolf is getting very, very low in a couple of these fights. He's trying to take on Onzo with Eagle Eye and assistance, but Eagle Eye goes down. Onzo plays very well. Wolf is very low. That's 10% trying to sneak through the vent.
Oh, Onzo could have had that shot. That was so close. And even over here, Datacore, Ray trying to do what he can against Ancestral and B1, taking a lot of damage. Kinyo trying to come absorb some of those bullets. But they got to be careful here in Crossroads because Malga's just waiting around the corner. Dam's trying to get up to fight him. And Kinyo trying to go in for the bites. And I don't think that's such a wise move when he's hurting as much as he is. But he's going to run low on Pistol, able to take out Dams, which is a bigger play in the long run since he won't be able to get through and do damage to that extractor in Reactor Core.
Yeah, the triple lurk play is getting a few more kills than they were previously, but the skulks are going down, and it's the skulks that then use the advantage that the lurks open up. It's the lurks that make the vulnerabilities, the skulks start hitting the extractors, doing the damage, and they're losing the skulks in combat. They're losing the skulks, which means they aren't losing their extractors so often. They're still on 5, Reactor Core's a little bit low, but Wob, again, kills the skulk. He's going to lose the room, Crossroads, but it's not going to take much damage. There's Dams to do a lot more. That's fine. But they can afford to lose that.
Ray doing everything he can to bounce around Datacore to avoid the bullets from Ancestral. Finally getting in some shots on him, but Ray's going to take him out with Bite. And he will go after this extractor. Nobody nearby to help defend that as Wob comes into Reactor Core. And it looks like even over in Crossroads, the Marines are struggling a little bit in here. And the res count is starting to tick back in the aliens' favor.
Huge med packs. Wolf is very, very low. He needs to retreat right now. Kingo comes in to clear up one of those Marines. B1 is there, though, with a full rifle, weapons one ready. And he's trying to scare him off. He's not doing much damage, and he's going to struggle here. He misses a lot of his shots there, unfortunately. And Kingo cleans him up. Marines are still holding on to some extractors.
Yeah, shotguns are now done. It'll be interesting to see what they do against these lurks with the shotguns in hand. These lurks are playing very aggressive, getting in for bite kills instead of spiking. So, you know, I think that they might be able to catch one of these lurks off guard with a shotgun in hand. 4 extractors up, and the aliens looking to get their 4th harvester online here very soon.
It's really bad news for iMAGINE. They need to get weapons 2 online soon. They need to kill one of these harvesters. They need to get back data core, and the shotgun needs to be doing a lot more work right now. Kingo's trying to retreat through Crossroads. He should be fine. But the shotgun rifle combination, it's working a lot better now. It's going to counter the lurks very, very well. And they need to get back up to 5 extractors very soon.
Yeah, forcing those lurks to be spike only instead of trying to go in for the big kills with the bites. That's going to help them hold these rooms a little bit better and push these life forms out possibly. But they've got to be really careful, you know, not to lose too many shotguns in these scenarios either. Here comes Dams looking to get the flank now. And with that rifler down, this could be really bad for Onzor.
It's really tragic. They lost their rifleman to just the 3 lurks shooting at him with range spikes. And now Wob and Ancestral are the only target for these lurks. Wolf, for some reason, res harassing and flight control. Double lurk onto the 2 guys at Data Core. Let's see how they fare. They have to do a lot better than what was done in Crossroads, because right now if they get killed as well, Marines are really going to struggle to hold the extractors they've just built.
Now, one thing that we will notice is that with the 3 lurks, that's going to mean that there's only 2 fades. Or are we only going to see 1 fade and a save for Onos? I think because of the 3 lurks still being up, I think you go double fade and you really pressure that res with the help of the lurks. I know that it means no skulks biting res, but I think your fades at this point, because of the low armor and weapon upgrade, have a better shot at killing these Marines for you to pressure them back and win.
Yeah, if I was the Snails commander, I'd be pretty happy, pretty confident to grab the 2 fades, just clean up Marines one by one when they bring on those shotguns, just clean through them. As you can see, they're already doing. Even with the fades, it's going to be completely easier. I don't think they're going to be able to struggle with that.
Damage.
They can indeed. It's been a bit of a struggle for iMAGINE so far. I think they're probably going to lose this game if they don't start recovering some of these extractors.
Oh,
nice one, Lurk
Wolf
goes down.
Not really sure where that happened on the map. It might have been up towards Marine start as we were watching Data Core over here. Double Marine pressure down to Computer Lab. There is a Crag here. Aliens up to 4 harvesters. Kind of got this whole bottom half of the map taken care of for them.
They're going to be on 5s. There it is, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to go
This
ahead
is really bad news.
Retreat back into flight control, but these lurks are still harassing quite a bit. We are now at fade res. Weapons 2 being researched. Malga with shotgun in hand. He really could just run into that vent and shoot him.
Welding in there, so B1 and Malga now ready to push Complab, but there's 5 harvesters to find and kill. Wob and Ancestral have found one that was building a data core, which is really nice, but the Lurks are still getting kills, and it's really unacceptable. You've got to make it as hard as possible. King, you're there with 80% HP after a 1v1. You've got to do some more damage than that, otherwise they're just going to rip through you, and you're never going to make any ground. Eagle Eye with the first fade on the field, he's just in the middle of data core, trying to get away around Wob and Ancestral. In fact, that's both of them, both fades, Eagle Eye and Dams, trying to get close to these two guys.
And now with the help of Mucus as well from that Drifter, that's going to be a big positive for these guys. Trying to get the Extractor up, you know, because they definitely know that damage output is going to be a lot lower by the Marines. By the Fades coming on the field. They're going to go right for Reactor Core, which was already low anyway, popping Reactor Core out. Infestation spread to Crevice even, and they're just blinking all over this map.
Yeah, you got Infestation everywhere. Data Core, you saw the Observatory built because they thought the two Fades were going to push the base. They thought they might have to beacon. It won't cost them too much. Observatory's completed, and they're going to get that extra Extractor up in Data Core. They're now on 4, but Crevice is pretty low. Like an alert could kill that. Malgrim B1 now countering one of the 4 Harvesters that they've got up. And with a double Fade, triple Lurk, you won't be seeing an Onos until that second wave of life forms comes up.
As you can see, Malga getting cleaned up right there by Eagle Eye, these double Fades. All the spikes all around the room. I mean, it's just a visual nightmare for any Marine by himself to be in that situation. And the Marines doing what they can, though, to try to pop these Harvesters anywhere on the map. Wob and Ancestral in Data Core all alone. Eagle Eye
nice.
Taking a hit. King Yo going down, and that's a big play yet again. They don't have Umbra yet, but now down to 1 Lurk. That's going to be a tough situation, although because they've gotten those Harvesters up, the Lurks are almost, you know, they really are at re-lurking P-Res.
Absolutely, yeah, they could go back to Lurk if they wanted, not a problem for them. It's up to the Marines right now to pick up these shotguns and start hitting every single shot, clearing the Fades one by one. There's only 3 good shotgun blasts in a row and just sorted. Ancestral and Wob trying to throw a Harvester, but at the same time Crevice is going down. It's all about the Reds right now, and Snails are way ahead in this race. Flight control has been claimed. That's really bad news for the Marines.
Now they're trying to push in Dams.
Nice.
Oh, Dams, Malga, what a great focus on Dams, and he tries to get out of Atrium, goes down to that Weapons 2 rifle, and what a win for Imagine right now, as they are now down to 1 Fade and 1 Lurk in the alien side for Snails.
Owenzor plays that perfectly, does about 60% to Ray. Ray's forced to retreat. Malga nearly finishes him. Eagle Eye's now alone in the enemy base, and he has to retreat, and that means they were hoping to force a beacon, but instead Ancestral and Wob clear in sub-access to just clear the shells. They need to clear the skulks. They need to do a lot quicker. If they can clear King Yo, they're in a really good position to do as much damage as possible. A lot of the respawns coming in. But whilst this fight goes on, the rest of the Marines are surely getting in position, replacing some of these Extractors, and only 1 Fade and 1 Lurk on the board right now. Unfortunately, they lost a shotgun. They didn't clear a shell. But the Hive is going up.
You know, I'll say this. You got 2 Marines making their way to flight control right now, and Eagle Eye, the only one really here to defend this, is the Lurk is in Crossroads. Wolf in here as well. The scan goes off over there, but do they see their Hive? Yes, I believe B1 has spotted the Hive. They know it's building, so they don't need to attack it right away, but they can take out that Drifter, which is drastically going to slow it down. Eagle Eye coming around, getting a meat shot taken down. Dams hopping over the Hive, going straight for B1. B1 goes down. Malga trying to get yet another meat shot into Eagle Eye. He does, but not enough to take him down.
Should have cleared that Skulk a little bit quicker than that. The Skulk just ripped through them once the Fade initially distracted them. And now they're just trying to hold on to some of the Extractors they've got, but as the game drags on, 5 Harvesters, 2 Hives, this is really bad news for the Marines. They need to do way more damage. They need to clear a couple of these Harvesters and maybe even harass the Hive to the point of maybe even killing it. If they can achieve that, they'll be back in this game. Weapons 2, Armor 1, they're pretty strong. They can definitely achieve a lot. They just need to hit with these shotgun blasts, and they've gone all shotguns right now. Only Owenzor doesn't have one, and that's because he's too poor.
37 res, 41 res in the bank now, and we are just about on Fade version 2. Coming up here. They got a Drifter again back in flight control. B1 and Malga. This is kind of that opportunity. If they can take down the second Hive, that's going to put them in a much more comfortable position. But there is harassment going on up in Atrium right now by 1 Skulk.
But it's tragic because it means Highball's up the chair. They just lost 2 shotguns because Highball was defending his base. And more tragically is they've got 4 Marines dead and 1 attacking the IPs. This is really bad news. They're just going to get base harassed at this point, and I'm not sure they'll be able to recover.
Yeah, that's going to force them to pull back. They're able to get the Fade out of there right away. Ray taking a lot of damage. They can focus on Ray as he tries to get out. He does get away. That's 3 men back at home. 2 now crossing into Crossroads. They're going to be able to take down this Harvester really easily. And honestly, you know, what I thought was going to be really tough for iMAGINE ends up being sort of a win for them.
The weapons 3 is good. They lost an extractor and ventilation, but they took out Harvester and Crossroads, and it looks like they replaced that extractor. The second hive, though, it's just a really bad symbol for them. It's going to mean 4, 5, 6 biomass. It's going to mean Umber and Leap. It's going to mean, I mean, Onos won't be, with one of these 2 lurks could be saving for Onos, in fact. And maybe double Onos, potentially. 20p res.
I would think that that's probably their play at this point because of how well the Marines are starting to push back. If the aliens can't get into a position where they're able to clear a couple more of these shotguns, they're going to be in a really tough situation because the Marines are low on P-res. And clearing these shotguns is a big play right now. Crossroads, lots going on here. Double shotguns. They could not kill these skulks, and now they've lost those shotguns. And that is really unfortunate because there is nobody near enough to probably grab those before they recycle. They'll clear the Crossroads extractor and move out to Crevice.
Yep.
Oh, Eagle Eye!
Huge pack. Wow.
Sheesh.
That's
He
better.
was
That's what we
lucky.
need to see from the
Yeah.
Marines. They're
Split
trying to
up-
rush back into Crossroads and get those shotguns back, you know.
Splitting up those life forms, trying to do what they can to just pull one of them down. And they just seem to easily get through each time. And now it looks like they're going to go and assault Atrium again. There is an OBS here if he needs to beacon.
Cost them so much, not just in resources, but map control. And they're going to lose it before they have the 10 resources. Oh no, that was a mistake. Wow.
Oh, yeah, it looks like they retreated in time. And Zestro coming in with his shotgun. Can he get that shot off on Ray? Nobody else here. Where is the rest of the team? This is a tough situation to be in. Wolf going down in the vent by Wob just as he tries to retreat. And that's going to force Eagle Eye out of the room. They could lose a Drifter here as well.
Yeah, Snails is still in this game as long as they got Pires for Fades and they got Fades alive. The 2 hives is going to make it, and the 4 harvesters, of course, it's just going to make it very difficult to clear through with the life forms and the Fades, etc. And the Pires, it's just there's just a huge mountain for iMAGINE to climb, and it's just getting taller. And I can't imagine Snails waiting too much longer for just more upgrades. Triple Spur won't be too much further away. In fact, I think they're grabbing a couple of those right now, yeah.
Yeah, they've had decent income this entire game, and that's been one of the biggest problems against this Marine play. Marines themselves felt like they started off pretty slow with their upgrades when they were sitting comfortable enough to possibly go for a faster upgrade path. But, you know, Hyvel is a good commander. I really can't question what he does.
He may have overinvested in med packs, which is something you can do without really thinking, because sometimes you just need to drop med packs, you just do it because you have to, but it can cost you a lot of money. That can set back your weapons 1 upgrade, as we saw in this game, maybe a little bit too long. And at this point, iMAGINE are losing their shotguns. They still have some, which surprises me so much. I think they've just recovered a lot of them, recycled a huge amount of them. I think they're focusing on that quite a lot, which is keeping them in this game. They need the shotguns. It's gonna wear off though. Eventually they're gonna run out. They're gonna run out of steam.
Yeah, they're at a point right now where unless they get a big play going, the Marines are on a path of extinction at this point.
Trying to take data core, they're trying to take Crossroads. It's going to set them up with 4 extractors, but the base push is called. They've got 5 aliens in the enemy base right now. 3 skulks, 1 lurk, 1 fade. That's 1 Marine down. Only Hyvel in the chair. The IP is going down. The observatory.
I'm going to say that this is probably GG. There's nobody near enough by to do anything. Take out all the upgrades so that if they do come by, great. B1's going to go down. These skulks all over the ground. They're not taking down the skulks. And now they're going to take out the IP. That's game. I mean, even with these 2 guys coming back in, even if they were able to save this, what a position are they in? They've got no arms lab. They've got no beacon. They've got really nothing to help them here. Ray.
Unbelievable save.
Umbra. I mean, freaking Mucus. Mucus just saved Ray. Big time. But
So I think you're right.
It's a tough situation to come back from. I mean, what do you really do here? I mean, yeah, you got 3 extractors, but that's a big investment here to get all this back up and going. And against what? Level 4, they've got an Onos, possibly evolving any second, maybe 2.
Lodos would sort them out nicely with a base push. And yeah, you're right. I mean, they've only got 1 AP, no observatory. They've got an arms there place, but they've got no money for anything other than the weapons 3 they've already got. It's alright, but it just doesn't win you the game. It maybe holds off the attack for a couple of minutes. I can't see iMAGINE coming to the top of this mountain by now. I think it's done. Nice attempt. Eagle Eye gets down to 10%, retreats there. It's another couple of shotguns lost. They won't be getting back.
Yeah, with the Umbra out, there's just, there's nothing you do in that situation. Well played by Legendary Snails to really bring that back after, a hard start for them as aliens.